Good morning, 10th grade. How are you all doing? Are you doing all right? Can't tell. I can't see you. I don't know if you can even see me or not, but I hope you're doing good. I, I'm going to give you some answers for the first part of the book. I don't know if you'll be able to see all of them. Just thought it would be helpful for you to know, did I do this right or did I do this wrong? And then I'll help you with today's lesson. We're going to do from page, where did we stop? Page 10? Yeah, so we're going to do page 11, 12, and 13, which includes self-test 1. So we're going to do the next section and up to page 13. The next section and the self-test 1. So if you have any questions, I will be here to help you. And I'll give you the answers on section 1 here. On the first part, sometimes they'll put the question down or the problem down, and then it will be the equal sign, and it will be the answer. So I don't know if, let me see here, you're going to be starting right here. This should be the first problem. And can you see there, the lighting looks a little funny. Wow, I don't know if you can see that. How's that? Is that better? And if it's too difficult to check and you can't make it out, they did work out some problems they did not. We'll start at 134 there. Is it 124? They worked out a few of those problems. Get what you can. On 142 I had a question on that one, and after I had a question I figured out that I think I was wrong, but I did mark it in the book. So if you get to 142, I thought it should have been 0.4 and they had 0.04, x squared negative 0.4, and I thought it should be just 0.4. I don't know if that's right or not. Here is 146, 147, 148, 150. That should get you down to 165. Well, do you want some on the other page? Well, that'll give you answers for tomorrow's lesson. I better just quit right there. No, let me see here. Where does it start? 1 starts at 180. So I hold my fingers right there and I'll help you out. How's that sound? This should get you the top down to 180. Oh, I better watch out. You're going to get the answers. Oh, that would be a disgrace not if you got some of the answers for today's lesson. Well, believe it or not, I'm going to give you the answers for quite a few of them. I did all of these, I guess I should say. And I thought, well, it's difficult for me to explain. They gave you, on page 10, they gave you model 1, 2, 3, and then on top of 11, they gave you model 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is actually 8 different steps. You will use all 8 of them, okay? And I think I have an example of most of them on the board. So we'll begin with, I want you to look at their examples and work out their examples. There is nothing wrong. If you're confused about something, go back and do model 3 or go back and do model 4 and study those models, okay? They are the key to knowing how to do today's lesson. Oh, let me grab me a pen here. I don't know if I'll be able to explain every step that I did. I basically put the problem on and then worked it out. So 180 is my first problem. And can you see that? It looks blurry in the thing there. It's 9x squared negative y squared. And what I did, how I worked that, is I got the cube of 9, which is 3. And so instead of x squared, I only made it x. Instead of y squared, I only made y. So I put the cube 3x. I put it in both sides there. And then this was the key point. And if you look here, one's negative and one's positive. You will always, when you break a square apart, one will be negative, the other one will be positive. So that made you with, I broke the y apart, put one y here and one y here. I factored it out completely. It's 3x negative y, 3x positive y. So is that difficult here? How I broke this one apart and put one here and one there. Then I broke the y apart, put one here and one there. That's the easiest one. Okay. No, not really. Now I come down here and I did 181, the very next one. And the way that one was, I took a 4 out of this whole number. You see, I couldn't take a 3 out of here because there was just a 1 there, so I couldn't do that. But on this one here, where I had a 16 and a 4, I could take a 4, divide, I guess you would say divide, or I factored out a whole 4. Okay, so that 4 is just off to the side. So that left me with 4a squared b squared, or negative b squared. You see I took a 4 out. So this 4 here, I broke him in half. I made a 2a and a 2a. The square of 4 is 2. And then I had a b. There should have been some more steps here. If you'd have worked it out problem by problem, I did too much of it in my head here on the board. So here I had a b, I put a b here and a b there. Again, may I stress to you the importance of having one negative and one positive. One's negative, one's positive. Here we do the same thing. A squared, b squared, negative d squared. This is 185. And you see what I did? I just put 1a down, 1b down, 1d down. And again, I put them in parentheses. And over here, I did the same thing. And the only difference that you will see here between these two is, again, positive, negative. And I just took one of each. Is that difficult to factor out or to divide, or I don't know what for terms you want to use? Factoring is a proper term that they use. Yeah, anybody got questions? That's pretty simple. Or I don't know if it is or not, I hope so. You would find this in Model A, or Model 1, Model 2, Model 3, those examples that I have just done. Let's go to 1.88. This was a decimal, and I found this a little bit different. So if you look at 1.8, it's 0.09y squared negative 0.81. I extracted an 0.9, or a decimal 0.9 from here. So that left me with only a y squared. And when you take 9 out of there, you come up with 9. If you would have done this here, if you would have divided 9 into 81, yeah, let me show you how this here comes out. If you would divide 9, is put 0.9 divided into 0.81. You see you'd move the decimal back there, you'd move the decimal back here, and you said 9 nines, or 81. Whoops, you can't see that. There you go. 9 nines. See when you divide that in there? So that left you with a y and a 9. Well, that wasn't hard. You brought one y down here, one y here. The cube, or the square of 9 was 3. So you put 3. So outside here, you extracted the 0.9 outside, and you left that with y. Again, you see it? You see what I did? Negative, positive. It's real quick. I'm really stressing that this morning because I want you to, there's just something that you have to get in your head, and it just has to be riveted in here and drilled and drilled and drilled and drilled. That one's negative and the other's positive. Yeah, that's just the end of the story. Let me tell you, there is another little step. If this one is negative, this first one will be negative. If this one is a positive, this first one will be a positive, and then the other will be the opposite. Now that's getting pretty technical, and I don't know that you should count it wrong if you have it the other way. That's just a little extra tidbit that you need to watch out for. If this was negative, this would be negative, and then this one would be positive. And if this one's a positive, it'd be reversed. This one will be positive, and this one, the first one will be negative. And I don't think it'd make it right or wrong, but I'm just telling you the difference. 1.91. That one was a fraction, and you didn't have an example of a fraction, or I don't think you did. But I thought I would work that one out just to give you an example, because I didn't know how to work it. I was a little bit confused. 4/9 x squared, 36/49 y squared. Well, it really turns out to be quite easy. Work the fraction just like it would be a whole number. So what is a square of 4/9? Well, 2 and 3. So 2/3 x. What's the square of 36 and 49? 6 and 7. So they gave you real easy fractions that you could just translate, or you could convert each fraction into a perfect square. So they did make it easy. So your first one is 2/3 x, negative 6/7 y, 2/3 x, positive 6/7 y. Yeah. You can factor that out very easily. I'm ready to move to 193. Let me move you over. Right, there we go. We're still on the same page, but now you're going to actually look at models 4, 5, and 6. Probably to get these answers. Oh, 7 and 8 yet too, I forgot. You're working now from square. Oh, it looked like 192 would have been the first one, but that one was easy, so I didn't do that one. I went to 193. You see, now you're getting a cube. Instead of square, you get a cube. Well, it's not real hard to do this. You'll follow similar steps and yet a little bit different. When you have a cube, you'll first have to take out one of each. Okay? So I had a y and a 27. So I pulled out one y, and that made me, I had to find out on 27 what the cube for 27 would be. So, how am I going to tell you how to do that? 3 9s are 27. You got me. The model book doesn't show you that either, I don't think. Oh, I'm stuck. No, let's keep going. I'll keep explaining this here, and then it'll come in. I don't know exactly how to tell you right now how to get out of this 27. How to get a third. How to get a 3 out of the 27. Y negative 3. And then, if you look at your book, you should have a 2y and a 9 left. Okay? How you gonna know you got a 9 though? Okay, next you put your 2y, and then you put one of each terms, a y term and a 3. So you got y3, and then you'll square your 3, which is 9. Woo! I am still stuck on how to tell you where to work that out. Let's keep going. It'll come. I did this one, 8-3. Wow, that's the same way. 195 is the same way. Let's do 194 yet here. If you will give me, no, let's go ahead and work this one. If you got 8y3, 27, you see I went and I took out a y. I took a 2y negative 3, and I got my negative 3 from here. 2y negative 3, and then over here I went 4y squared, and then I had my 3 squared as my last term, and then the center term I combined these two terms. So I have 2 plus 3 equals 6. 2 times 3 is 6 plus y, and I use a positive term because I use a negative term first. So let's just do that x3 plus y3, and this is 194. 194. This will maybe help you get how this is number 194, and you should simply take out an x plus y. Take out one of each. Okay? So that leaves you with an x squared and a y squared. Okay? So the first thing you should do is make the first term, put it there, and you use a plus here, so you're going to go a 9 minus here, and now you're going to combine these two terms. Okay? So the next place is x, y, and then you're going to have a positive, and you'll put your last term squared again, y squared. We did this earlier here in the book. I should check that to make sure. X plus y, x, 194, yes, xy plus y squared. Your center term, when you have a 3, you take one out and then you make a trinomial, a binomial, and a trinomial. Let's keep working. Let me just scoot you over a little bit more so we can see this last one clearly. The next page, if you turn over to the last page, it's saying, watch out here. These are really tough. Hint, first factor into 2 binomials, then factor into models on page 11 demonstrated. Again, you don't have to look back at those models maybe to figure out how to do some of these. 196 is an x cubed negative y. No, x to the 6th power, y to the 6th power. I broke it down, x cubed 2, y cubed 2. See, I split it in half. I had 2 of each. Then I brought those 2 over here. And if you see, I put an x3 plus y3, x3 negative 3. Okay, so then from there, that's how I broke that apart. One's positive and one's negative. Then I brought it on down, and I did the step that I did over here. I took out and extracted out of this here section right here. I extracted out of the x3. Okay, let me say, this one here worked this one, and this one here works this one. Okay, are you with me on that? So your whole answer is right here. And I extracted these out. X plus y makes me, and then I took an x out and a y out. That made me an x squared, xy plus y squared. And then I had to do it again because I had 2 of them. xy, this is a negative. You see the difference? I used a positive first and then I used a negative. Here I used a negative first and I used a positive second. Oh, you can't see me. I can't see you. Which way is it? 1 and 2. You can see me and I can't see you. How is it? Okay. Look here. This again, may I emphasize, the negative comes right straight down here, and then this one's positive. Here was a positive one, and I made my first one positive. That's just part of getting it in your head, step by step, how this works. Yeah. x6 factored out, x to the 6th power negative y to the 6th power factored out is this bottom number right here. Let's do 1100 yet. It's 1/8 x to the 3rd power, 127 negative 127 y to the 3rd power. I found this interesting how this worked out. When you just simply work these factor this 1/8 out, just like if it would be a whole 8, and put the 1 above it. So the factor for 8 is 2 and 4. So I put 2, and here I put 4. Don't start comparing with the fractions, or it gets you saying, whoa, what's happening here? How can you get 1/2 out of 1/8? You know, it gets you in trouble. But just factor out the bottom number. Here's 27. Use this like it's 27, like we did way back over here. You can't see there. There, like this 27 here. You see how that 27 we factored out to 9? 3 and 9. Okay, use your 127 just exactly the same. If you're figuring 127, use it as 1/3 and 1/9. And then just work it out. 1/2. Do I need to walk through this? I mean, you got this here. You factored out and I factored out 1/3 of this one and 1/3 of this one, so you had negative. And then you combine the last two terms, which are squared. X squared is 1/4 x squared. 1/6 is a combination. 2 times 3 is 6. And then the 9th is this in here squared. 3 3s is 9. And this one here, the first one was squared. 2 2s are 4. Positive. Both of these are positive because you had the negative here. Then this one was positive. Am I going too fast on that there? Let me back up here. If I would have changed this here, if this here and your answer would have been a positive, then this would have been a positive, and this one would have been a negative. There you go. Flip it back the way it is in the book, though. It makes, you change this sign right here, and it changes the signs right here. It does not change this last sign. This last sign will always be positive. But here you had a negative in the book that made this one positive. Whoops, I did it wrong. Makes that one negative and makes this one positive. And now, give you another new twist. I don't think there's a model in the book to explain this one to you, but it's not that difficult. If you have 1001 and you have 0.001 and 0.008D, work them just as if 1/3 of these here, you move the decimal point back. 1, 2, put there's one of them. 0.1B, negative 0.8B. D, sorry. Now here you got 0.01 B squared, and then you combine them. You got 0.02 BD. You got your B, and your D, and then the last one is 0.04 D squared. I'm standing in the shadow of your light. There we go. This is your answer for this guy right here. 0.1B, negative 0.8D. Again, 0.01 plus 0.2 BD, and square the last term, 0.04 D squared. Oh, I forgot B squared. Got any questions? Call me up. Finish that out. I did plenty of them today, but I just thought it necessary because these are a little bit different. And even the ones that I didn't do, you can use some of these illustrations to figure out those. I will give you the answers then tomorrow for self-test 1 and for today's lesson. So yeah, enjoy your lesson.